Hey, Duduk, where'd you get that CD player from?
I bought it on Electronics Planet on hire purchase.
Hire purchase?
Funny, isn't it? I won't go to that planet again.
How will you pay the installments?
They won't find me.
While making a mistake, they will.
But we're at a different planet every day.
They can trace you from center control.
Center control? I didn't think of that. They take my wages from there.
Yes.
My wages aren't enough to.
You should have thought of that before.
Now I'm going to be full.
Look at it this way. At least you've got a CD player.
That's true.
Have you got any CDs?
No, they weren't included.
I see.
How stupid of me. We can't listen to music. I never do anything right.
Here we go. It's that time again, honey drops.
It sure is, so make a beeline for your favorite pedal soft cushions and get ready for some puzzles.
PUZZLEA-SAURUS has been rubbing his hands together all week waiting for this.
He always thinks he's going to bamboozle our honey chumps every week, but then he has to go back to the drawing board.
Yes, but I suppose one good thing about him is that he never gives up.
That's because he thinks he's the best puzzle maker ever.
Well, he certainly tests the puzzle world with all his attempts. Where would the puzzle world be without Cube Challenge, the missing piece, who's the artist, what is it, traffic signs, spot the difference, booth rules, and all those other wonderful puzzles?
Where would we be without PUZZLEA-SAURUS?
Now there's a puzzle. Let's see if he's here.
I really don't know why you bother attempting my puzzles. You know they're dizzyingly difficult to do. My brain is better than yours. I'll have your head spinning this week so much that you'll think you're on a merry-go-round. Yes, it'll be as much fun as a fun fair.
Here we go, Colin pals. It's time to watch that turning cube again with all its pictures.
All 6 of the pictures are on each of the 6 sides of the cube. Of course, you have to remember which picture is behind the one showing when it stops. Okay, kids.
Are you ready? Did you watch carefully, kids? I wonder what's behind that pretty picture. Just to help you, we'll go through the pictures again. Think hard now, okay?
Okay. Besides the dog, there's an elephant, a lion, a rhinoceros, telephone, and dolphin. I really wonder what's behind the dog, kids.
A bird's body is specially built for flying. It's very light. There are pockets of air in it, so a bird doesn't have to lift much weight into the air.
That's what you think.
Now, we're going to show you a picture, Pollen Pals.
But the picture is incomplete. There's a piece missing.
To finish the picture, you have to choose a piece.
Which one of the 4 pieces fits the picture, honey pals? Let's go.
Well, can you decide, Tombik? I'm sure our friends can.
I've got some great news for you, Chatterpot.
So have I. I've managed to find the missing piece.
Oh, that's great. But my news is better. I found some CDs for the CD player. I don't know what they are, but that doesn't matter.
Well, keep your head on, because now we're going to watch Tombik and B.B. Play them later. There's some good CDs there, I think.
Let's just try one, please.
Okay, but later. Turn it off right away, because there's some Who's the Artist questions.
Have you got any idea how to work these CD players, Chatapat?
It's your CD player. How would I know how it works? I just don't know anything.
If I press every button, it's bound to work.
But be careful. You can't trust these electronic machines and computers. Who knows what might happen in the future? I don't know.
But we are electronic machines.
Well, of course, I trust myself.
In that case, what about me, huh? Tell me.
Well, quite honestly, I don't trust you at all, Duduk.
Well, it might not be working at the moment, but you'll eat your words when it does.
The Who's the Artist episode is over.
Send a letter to a friend.
Honey buns, now we're going to have an art exhibition.
There'll be 5 pictures.
2 are painted by Michelangelo and 2 by Munch.
But you'll have to think about the 5th one by looking at the other pictures, and then you'll know who painted it.
Look carefully at the first 4 and see if you can pick from those which of the 2 artists painted the 5th picture.
Okay, let's have a look.
This picture is by Michelangelo.
This picture is also by Michelangelo.
And this was painted by Munch.
This picture was also painted by Munch.
Here's the 5th picture now. The first 2 were by Michelangelo. The second 2 were by Munch. Which artist painted the 5th?
No one knows as much about art as I do. And no one knows as much about painting as I do. And no one can create puzzles as well as I can. And no one's been to as many art galleries as I have. And no one has met as many famous artists as I have. I've met them all, I have.
Ask Dr. McCOOL how it works.
What? That's silly. It isn't that difficult.
In that case, why can't you work it out?
If I wanted to, I would.
You could, but at the moment you don't want to.
I'll wait until Tombik and B.B is over.
How thoughtful of you. You really are quite sensitive.
You should be fair when you share a spaceship.
I didn't know you thought like that.
Well, I do.
It wasn't obvious before.
Haven't I been considerate up until now?
I could write a 1,600-page report on that subject.
You always exaggerate. So I don't tidy my room, so I use bad language. That doesn't mean I'm inconsiderate.
What does it mean then?
It's friendship.
Then I'll write a report on friendship.
I want one report how to work the CD.
It's time for What Is It?
PUZZLEA-SAURUS has cut a picture into pieces and mixed them up.
But I'm sure that you'll be able to guess what it is. Come on, let's show that PUZZLEA-SAURUS a thing or two.
Did you find it?
What you see before you is a champion. That's right, I've played all the games and all the sports. But you don't know what my favorite sport is, do you? The game between my brain and yours. There's really no competition. Ha 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 ha.
Hello, boys and girls. I'm Tongo the bear, and this is my best friend.
Best friend!
I'm not your best friend. Nobody can be friends with a bear.
You know what? I'm not going to be upset by anything this sweet bird says.
I'm not a sweet bird. I'm a chatterbox. Huh?
You like to talk too much, that's all.
I don't like to talk. I like to make you uncomfortable.
A man told his landlord that there was a mouse in his house.
Oh, I love mice. They are so sweet, tiny
They
sweet.
aren't at all sweet.
You see, I've succeeded in upsetting you. I'm
He took his
bad.
landlord to his house. Then he threw a slice of bread on the floor
Why did he throw bread?
to show him the mouse.
Why do you answer my ridiculous questions with patience?
As soon as the bread touched the ground, one mouse and one fish jumped onto the bread, ate it, and they disappeared.
Oh, fish!
Yes, FIRKETE, a fish. The funny part of the joke is that.
I don't think it's funny. I'm fed up with this joke. It's better to go to a show with Jim Carrey.
Never mind. The landlord asked me surprise. You are right about the mouse, but where did the fish come from?
Yeah, I'm wondering where the fish came from. There's no way to learn the answer of the joke without waiting until the
As a
end.
matter of fact, the joke's almost finished.
We're waiting for it.
The man said, let's finish the subject of the mouse. I'm going to talk about damp later.
Oh, how funny.
I've got it going.
Bravo.
Now we can play something.
You have excelled yourself. Solving that problem is your greatest triumph.
That's how it is. No machine's enough of a challenge for today.
What awful music. Turn it down a bit.
Just give me half an hour and I'll do as you wish, okay, Chatterbox? Come on!
I don't think I could stand another half hour. For God's sake.
This is great.
I'm leaving.
Where to?
The front room.
I'll come too.
This is stupid.
You're right. I'll bring this along too.
How do you turn it off?
What now? But we're waiting half an hour.
Agreed?
No.
Turn it off then.
Okay, agreed.
We can agree then.
I don't know how,
I was afraid of that.
but I will. I have to.
Prove yourself.
No machine's a problem for you.
This program, our sport question, is about soccer. The game is called soccer in the United States and simply football in most other countries of the world.
Honey bunnies, the aim is to kick the ball into the opponent's goal, and the team that scores the most goals wins.
A goal counts 1 point. Most games consist of 45-minute halves with a short rest period in between. Players wear jerseys, shorts, and knee socks. Do you know how many players there are?
Kids, look at the tips of your fingers. Your fingerprints are different from everybody else's in the world. You may compare with your friends. They get bigger as you grow.
That McCOOL pops up everywhere, doesn't he? Well, you don't have to travel about to know anything. These days, he should update a bit and get himself a computer like me. You don't see me wandering round the world.
Here is our impossible question.
In opera, characters sing to each other.
Opera combines a number of arts: music, poetry, drama, and dance.
An opera may be long or short, serious or comic. All or only some of the words may be sung.
4 was a long and serious opera, Tombik. Can you guess how long it was in total? Try to find it.
I can't understand this question.
I'm just turning it off.
Your new toy is a real disruption. I'm being very considerate.
No, you're not.
I am.
What?
I can't hear.
Of course not. I turned it off.
Aren't I considerate?
No.
I was worried for a second.
Okay, it's agreed. From now on, nobody's allowed to listen to music on the special.
I support your view.
Thanks.
To do.
Yes, Chatterbox?
What'll you do now?
Take it back.
If you don't like your eyes, punish them by watching TV close.
Hope you've been watching the road, pollen pals.
Because there's lots of signs out there to look out for.
See if you can decide what that sign meant from PUZZLEA-SAURUS's tricky choices.
You don't know this traffic sign, but to help you, I've provided 3 choices. I don't think you'll be able to get the right one, though. 1. Climb the ladder. 2. Use a hula hoop. 3. Hospital. Could you find it? I don't think you could. Too difficult for you, wasn't it, eh?
It's time to watch a short film.
We'll watch it twice.
Twice because each time it'll be different.
That's right. There'll be 3 small differences.
See if you can spot them, pollen pals.
Okay.
Well, did you watch carefully?
Let's hope so. Here's the second.
Watch carefully now. There's 3 differences.
Did you find them?
Honey buns, later we'll show you the answers.
But before we do, direct from the world of insects shooting to the top of the charts is our favorite band, the BUGGIES. With their next hit, it's called All Mixed Up.
Bugs like you like buggies like this.
Seem to define the clouds when clouds don't weep for sun. I keep asking for a warmer joy, but the sun has already gone. Open myself to a pouring rain, hoping what's out will come in. Touch my heart and reach my soul and make me young again. I can't take this song no more, yet I don't want it to stop. Pain has turned into pleasure now, I think I'm all mixed up. I wore my boots and I wore my brains and jumped onto a dream. I traveled all across the universe and searching, wondering. My past was right in front of me, my future on my back. I tried to smile, but I burst in tears, so I gave myself a break. I can't take this song no more, yet I don't want it to stop. Pain has turned into pleasure now, I think I'm all mixed up. I met this girl with the evening eyes, with arms so soft and tight. When love got short, we ran out of words, so we began to fight. Dark painted stars on a marble sky, and eyes with nothing to say. Winds in my wine made waves in my heart, so I pulled myself away. I can't take this song no more, yet I don't want it to stop. Pain has turned into pleasure now, I think I'm only stuck.
Here is the answer to the cube challenge. You had to guess which picture was behind the dog.
Was it a rhinoceros, a telephone, an elephant, a lion, or a dolphin?
The correct answer was the elephant.
One of our the piece that was missing.
You had to choose the correct one from 4 pieces on screen.
Yes, the third one was the correct piece.
We went to an art exhibition where we had to think about some paintings.
We wanted you to know that the 5th painting was painted by Michelangelo or Munch.
Here are the paintings by Michelangelo. And here are the paintings by Munch. Could you decide who painted this picture?
Easy, it was by Michelangelo, wasn't it? Buonarroti Michelangelo was a Florentine sculptor, painter, architect and poet. He lived between 1475 and 1564. He was one of the greatest masters of the Italian High Renaissance. Michelangelo's paintings, sculptures and drawings show a thorough understanding of anatomy and a mastery of form and movement. He left some of his greatest works unfinished. What's that then? Can you get it?
Could you remember the number of the players in a soccer team? Each team fields 11 players. A goalkeeper, 4 defensive players, 2 or 3 midfield players.
And 3 or 4 forwards, depending on the team's tactics. Players use their feet, their head, their thighs and their chest to hit or control the ball. Could you guess how long the Impossible Opera was? The longest opera is The Heretic's Day by Gabriel von Weydich, a Hungarian American. The Heretics is orchestrated for 110 pieces and lasts 8.5 hours. Wow!
If you are aware of your traffic signs, it makes the roads a safer place to travel on.
Did you get the one we showed you?
If you like, PUZZLEA-SAURUS will show you the other choices again. Okay, PUZZLEA-SAURUS.
1. Climb the ladder. 2. Use a hula hoop. 3. Hospital. Of course, the correct answer was hospital.
One of our questions we had for you was about the 2 films. Could you see the 3 differences? Let's have a look. Here is the second one. And here are the differences.
All right then, confess the truth. How did you do it? Just how did you do it? Did that Tombik and B.B give you a helping hand? Was it McCOOL who told you the answers? Out with it, come on now. Don't tell me you worked out my puzzles all by yourselves. Nobody can do that. It's impossible, because my puzzles are impossible. I'm impossible.
Chatterpot music's forbidden, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Why?
Buggies aren't included, are they?
Of course not. Their music's different to that noise.
Are you sure of that?
Everybody is able to sit back and enjoy the music of the best groups there are. You know that.
I'm glad you think so.
Why do you ask, Duduk? Are you trying to prove something? Come on, what is it then?
It would be better if you didn't know.
Are you referring to
The Buggies.
Come on, Duduk, tell us, then we'll all know. Don't keep me in suspense, it's so boring.
Okay, that CD I was playing before was a Buggies album.
I don't believe it. They couldn't make such a terrible noise. How do you know it's one of their albums, huh? I don't understand it.
I found it in the record cabinet. It's their first album when they were an inexperienced sculptor.
Well, I suppose that could be true. You have to start from somewhere, don't you? We all do.
We've come to the end of our show, honey buns.
In our next program, we've got some even better puzzles to challenge you with. Good luck, kids!
Don't forget, a life without puzzles is like a bee without honey. Have a honey sweet bay.
Honey sweet!